And go. Alright, so explain a little bit of difference here between the older WS24 400A and the newer 26 models, and explain why there's some cost difference. First off, when this unit first came out, it actually cost $50 more. We reduced the price when we realized that most WISPs complained that it was just physically too big to fit in their chassis or their boxes. So that's why we lowered the price to this down to what you're referring to. And in fact, when we were selling this unit towards the end, when we sold to a distributor, we were barely breaking even on it. We were just trying to get rid of the 2,000 units that we had to produce to get started in this business. This was actually the first switch we built. If you look at the inside of this switch, the board is huge, it's big, it doesn't fit in people's boxes. And then also, this switch only had VH ports on ports 1 through 4, 48 VH. The rest only supported 24 and 48 standard. People complained that they wanted more VH ports, 48 VH, and they also wanted the 24 VH, which was never available on this. You need the 24 VH ports for radios like the Ignite Metrolink and stuff. You don't need 24 VH for Airfiber X's because they now support 48 volt. But anyway, you can see this switch is big. Now this is only a 4-layer board, and 4-layer boards are cheap to manufacture. But this would be the replacement, which is the WS26 400AC. And as you can see, it's much smaller, and it's, you know, required a good bit of re-engineering to accomplish this. And we'll take, you know what, I don't have to take this one apart. So this is a 26 400 IDC. Now this is the switch that's designed to work with negative or positive DC sites, so for people who have like a telco site. But you can see how much smaller that board is versus this. To get the board smaller, we had to go to more expensive poly fuses. We had to go from a 4-layer to a 6, or this might even be an 8-layer board, which is more expensive to manufacture. We also spent some more money on the chassis. I mean, this chassis is not anywhere near as nice as the newer chassis. The newer chassis have the nice indents for the rubber feet. You know, they have the believe it or not, going with these smaller square holes costs more than the larger slotted holes, because you pay by the millimeter when you're having the laser cut or stamp cut them out. So this is a 400 IDC 26. So, and it has 48 VH ports on ports 1 through 6, and it has 24 VH on ports 1 and 2. Once again, this only had 48 VH on 1 through 4, and that's it. No other features, and it's massively larger. We also have the WS26 500 DC. This is meant for just positive DC sites, so like you run your own battery bank, whatnot, so you're not a negative 48 volt site. We'll open this guy up. Now we designed the power supply in these. So take the warranty sticker off. Oh, I got screws too. Forgot about that. So, once again, same small switchboard. Same switchboard is in this one, is in this one, and is even in this one and this one. The smaller 6 or 8 layer board. This is our design 500 watt smart DC power supply. Can take from 9 to 72 volts in, and still run and power your 24 and 48 volt devices. So, of course, this was the IDC, and this is the AC. And once again, comparing the size, you know, that's dramatically reduced. And then, of course, we also now offer this in a dumb DC for those people who have a power supply or are going to feed this conditioned power. You know, 48 volts, give or take a few volts. It's really small. In fact, I challenge anybody to find a switch on the market that's this small that can power 6 Airfiber 24 links and be this small to fit into a chassis. You know, the actual size of this. So the actual size of the new one is 13.5 inches wide by 10 3/4 inches deep. So very small. Whereas the old larger one, which was cheaper to manufacture, was 17.25 inches wide by 14.25 inches deep. So much larger, cheaper to build. Yes, this did come with these ears, but that's because when we first designed this, we assumed everybody would put it in a rack. But everybody complained that they wanted to put it in a box. So that's why we made it smaller. Now, all of the switches that we sell with ears, we only sell about 20 to 24% of ears to the number of switches, which means that the majority of the people don't want the rack mount ears. And then also now, Matt Hoppus had asked for deep mount ears. So now we now offer the standard ears, which are flush, but we also offer the deep mount ears, which set the switch back from the rack mount depending on what you want. So this would be like the RMK-26-D, and then that's just the RMK-26. So lots of options, but that's why we sell them separately. We actually make a profit on the 26. We were not making a profit on the 24 that we sold through a distributor. We did make a little bit of money when people bought it direct from us. But like I said, originally this was $50 more when we first started selling them, and because they were so big, most people couldn't use them. We reduced the price $50, and basically when we sold them to a distributor like Streetwave or whoever, we were breaking even. But the cost to build this switch was more than that switch. Well, close. I mean, but we actually make a little bit of money on it now. So that's the nutshell in the WS26 and why we did what we did. But it's not just the same switch. It has more features, has more PoE features than this unit did, and it's compact and uses more expensive components than this unit did. And that's it.